Hi, welcome to another glorious day at the Cannes Yachting Festival 2025. This is the brand new CNB 62 launched this summer. This is the first one. It's busy on board. I'm going to try and give you a quick tour. It's also nominated for European Yacht of the Year, so I will be sailing it later this autumn, so I will bring you sailing as well. But for those itching to see it, here's a chance to have a quick look on board. So if you remember, the CNB brand will be familiar to a lot of people. It was once owned by the Beneteau Group, then bought by the Solaris Group. And since then, they've come out with, the yacht I'm on, which is the 78. Try not to pan around too much, get confusing. Anyway, this CNB 62 was born out of I'm going to use the word iconic now. The Bordeaux 60 was an iconic yacht, a big boat at the time, and that Philippe Briand, Jean-Marc Piaton design partnership, so Briand for the hull shape, Piaton for the interior design, that really was the birth of this whole CNB modern range of production boats. So replacing that's a difficult task. We will have a look at what they've done. And you'll notice a few extra things that weren't on the Bordeaux 60. So you get a bit of an idea from back here, because you start to go, well, which one's which? Well, that is a 78-foot CNB. And there's a 62. There's not a lot of difference in freeboard at all. Maybe a few inches. Not a lot. Not a huge amount of difference in rig size either. Same sort of, aft sections. Beam carried right aft now. This is a massive 60-footer. It's taken the learnings from that Bordeaux 60. Now, bear in mind that they sold over 40 of those. So very, very popular model. You'll see quite a few layout similarities, but I'll talk you through the changes as well. So anyway, from back here, big swim platform, tender garage for an up to 3 metre if you've got a foldable transom, 2.85 Williams jet in there. Hatches each side of that, one for the life raft locker on the starboard side, or the life raft can go out on the deck here. But here's a principal difference straight away back here, having the winches behind the helms and this huge, great beamy aft area for the owners to enjoy. Downtime really. A lot of deck space, and by keeping those winches here means you get a big clutter-free cockpit area, because another principal part of the design is this, having a big carbonage. It takes the main sheet and keeps it nice and clear of the cockpit, which at a yacht this size makes so much sense. And it also means you have good things to attach cover to. So anyone that spends time, particularly in the Mediterranean, don't want to cook too much. So here you can have, soft bimini attached into these supports here, and then the spray hood linking up to this bimini. There is the option for a hard top as well. No one has yet chosen it. This is number 1. 4 have been sold, I think, so far. This one as well, I should mention, has a few differences on it. It's very heavily spec'd. So, metallic black flecked paint. It has a carbon rig, a V boom on it, in-mast furling, and the paintwork and stuff. So it does notch up the price a fair bit, but you can see there's a lot of deck space, a lot of comfort on deck. The other big difference I'll show you up forward in a second is this owner has chosen to go for a crewed boat, so having a skipper on board, which is very unusual because the whole concept of having that's a skipper boat. the concept of having the 62 is to be an owner's blue water cruising yacht, really. So yeah, it makes less sense using valuable sail locker space for a crew cabin, but each their own, and it is a big boat, so people may need a hand with maintaining and docking it and etc. So you can see here again how the beam is taken right aft, and we'll see the volume that gives you inside. More beam, more volume. It's not actually apparently that much more heavier. I think it's 26 tons light, so sort of 30 tons loaded. So it's not too different from the Bordeaux 60. Probably a fair bit more wetted surface area though. Early reports on sailing though, does still sail well. So just a quick look in here. This would ordinarily be plenty of space for spinnakers, toys, folding bike, that sort of thing. But this owner's gone for a proper little skipper's cabin in there as well. But yeah, it may rue not having that extra stowage space. Then up forward you have the Reckman furlers for the staysail, which is on a self-tacker, and I think it's 120% Genoa led to these longitudinal tracks here. So sail handling wise, you've also got powered winches at the mast base, but sail handling wise you'll be able to do it from these aft helms, the winches I should say, aft. Now you would have to, if you're short-handing, you've only got a small crew, you're going to have to leave the helm to trim the Genoa or let a sheet off. You could let the main sheet off, but you're not going to reach that. So I guess you want two of you up here for sailing, doing manoeuvres. The payoff is this deck space, and that is got to be twice the size of the Bordeaux 60 cockpit. This one you see as well, a lot of extra options on here, and having all of the controls, including the thrusters, doubled up on each side here. But yeah, big pedestal setup, and I think from here you really start to gain that feel of just, it's kind of like a small super yacht feel. Huge cockpit, plenty of relaxation space. The table's offset, so you keep this, as is the companionway, you keep a nice clear flow through here. So even if there are crew, paid crew on board, there's space for people to keep separated. And then we drop down into a very cool and calm interior, which will be familiar to a lot of CNB fans. This raised saloon format. And this is what I mean. This is the sort of pocket super yacht feel, really. And that is, the benefit of super yacht design and heritage as well. Both CNB as a yard, and obviously that's Solaris now, but sticking with the designers of Briand and in here, Jean-Marc Piéton. They've done a lot of big yachts, and particularly in this format. So I was just speaking to Jean-Marc Piéton and saying, what was the challenge here? And interestingly, it was this area, which I think works really well. But that's obviously like a dinette area, but this is a nice big desk stroke nav station. And to make that work, remove the cushions. Let's see if you can do this one-handed. Come on, multitask, Toby. Multitask. So that slides back, and then you have a proper onboard desk to work at. Now, obviously, you didn't want the feel of that sat there sitting behind someone, but I guess when you're working, and when it's a dinner area, it's a lounge area, it serves that purpose very well. And yeah, I would think the benefit of having a big proper desk to passage plan and to work at is well worthwhile. Your choice of whether to be in the cockpit or down here, still available, big table, big relaxation area. And then, of course, the other prime advantage of race saloon format is having all your mechanics and engine space below. So twin-skinned, well insulated. Below me here is the engine itself, batteries, the generator spaces beneath these two floorboards there, water maker back there. So noisy, smelly things all contained under here. Midships galley worked really well on the Bordeaux 60, but look at the size of it here as well, really utilising that beam and, you know, having a U shape in both sections, very practical. You can have 2-3 people in there, safe at sea, easy to brace against. And look at the worktop stowage space as well. Worktop space, really good, fiddled area. And I'm going to compliment the yard here, because you might be hard to see it on film. It's just the quality is superb. It doesn't, you know, it has a semi-custom feel. It you really start to look at all the joins and the materials they've used, which is a really nice mix of them. And that they've done a nice job with the finishing from what I can see so far as well. So washer dryer there, loads of refrigeration space and stowage space in general. Look at those nice big deep drawers, outboard and raised, and you have the hull windows each side, dishwasher, all the normal mod cons, induction cooking, more refrigeration space. And then this, I think, really marks the yacht out. This is a 60-footer, ladies and gentlemen. This is 62. 60 foot! I mean, have you seen a cabin like this on a 60-footer before? Don't know if I have. Look at the size of the head. Huge, great walk-in shower. There's me. Heated towel rail, yes. And it's all very, very tactile. I don't think I've mentioned that this one is in walnut. Standard boat is in oak, I believe. So it's a lighter feel, but this one does feel very rich. Lots of natural light as well. Opening hatches above hull windows. And again, stowage space is not found wanting on here either. Whole bank of lockers there. So it's a 3-cabin yacht. Moving aft from the saloon, a couple of steps down from that race saloon, and you have a twin to starboard and a double to port. So there's the housing of the tender garage above that inner berth. Still very, very comfortable. I mean, you'd be happy as a guest aboard here, wouldn't you? For a week or a month. Same on the double side here. There are no cheap seats on the 62. Wow. This is one big, impressive CNB 62. Does it sail? I don't know. But I might be able to tell you soon, later this autumn, when we go for a sail trial. But for now, as a boat show boat, very impressive. Starts at around 1.6, but starting prices don't really mean much. Fully equipped, somewhere between 2.2, 2.5. Hope you enjoyed the quick tour. See you next time.